And the other thing too is, I mean, if you compare this to smoking, does one cigarette cause lung cancer, or is it the chronic, 20 years of smoking that causes lung cancer? And so,
20 years of makeup wearing.
Well, yeah, that's the concern.
Well,
I think.
I mean that's we don't know that, and so but I think we believe that these are more or less safe. But on the other hand too is when you compare these products, you have to compare the same products. You can't compare eyeliner to mascara versus lip balm. You have to compare the similar products when it comes to these ingredients and stuff like that. But you're absolutely right. I think there's really no link to.
What do you think, Vienna? I mean, somebody who's wearing makeup who does have a potentially toxic drug in there, even in a minute quantity, should we really not be using it? Shouldn't we all be using all natural things?
Yeah. I think so. Because, I mean, you don't know. No studies have been done long
Penicillin's
enough.
natural. Arsenic's natural.
Exactly.
Doesn't
And-
necessarily
Well,
mean because
Just
it's
because it's
natural.
natural doesn't
Doesn't
mean
mean
it
it's
doesn't
safe.
cause
No, I'm
cancer,
not
doesn't
saying
have
that.
effects,
But,
so.
I mean, it would be nice if we had, like, a list of the actual ingredients.
Oh, you can go to
you
you can go
can?
to this website. They'll show you the actual ingredients, and then they go through. It's got. I keep harping on retinol, but it goes retinol, nephrotoxic, fetal toxic, and we all know that that's true.
But that's kind of leading the consumer, because yes, has birth defects, but that's associated with oral, not topical.
Well,
Right.
actually,
Well,
on the contrary, though, there's certain topical medications that we prescribe, like Tazorac, which
is a very strong drug and cause
pregnancy
potentially.
category X.
Yes.
And so that's a topical medication. So the question is, if this has retinols in it, and we know it can cause some
Birth defects in higher
defects.
dosages. So
Does-
we be using it at all?
right,
Well,
and so does the
it's not
consumer know
studied.
about that?
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't been studied, so
Well, then the next question is, does the FDA regulate over-the-counter makeups
like
or over
cosmeceuticals.
cosmeceuticals? Do they? The answer is no.
Yeah.
No, they aren't. So who is the watchdog that's looking over this and going, shoot, they are using a large dose of retinol? And maybe is there any organization that's doing that? Frankly, probably not.
I think this is probably good information, and it's good to know, and it's a good start, but I never trust one single source.
Well, they aren't using, it sounds like I'm going to bat for these. They aren't using this one single source. They're using the information that they got from the CDC about retinol. And they're using the information that they got from the American Cancer Society about retinol. So they're taking all that and they're just going, okay, retinol is associated with all this according to these 200 different
Sure.
respected companies. And they're going, Mary Kay's got retinol in it. Just to be aware, you're using retinol and it's been associated with all these things.
But that's why it's misleading to the consumer, because it's associated with oral issues. The topical really hasn't been studied.
Well, it kind of has. High doses
no, well,
of
Tazorac, that's
it's a retinol.
insane, but not the low dose form. That's retinol.
But it's still
not
pregnancy
like,
category C.
No, I understand that. We put it in that category, but it's never been studied.
So
Just the
since
oral
it's never been studied in low dosage, and she's going to use it, and she's at the childbearing years, and she's been using it for the past 20 years, can she potentially cause some problems?
Yes.
We don't know.
Consumers should be aware, but they should also be aware of these were associated with oral ingestion. We don't know if topical does this.